Hi, Heather. Nice to see you again. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, and oracle card advisor. So let's see if we can get your daddy talking today. You already know how this works. This is not an exact science. We can ask him the questions. I can't promise he's going to answer, but they usually do. But I have been forgetting to tell people this isn't an exact science. They just bring the messages through however they can. So let's see what he's going to tell us first. He's calling you baby cakes. Baby cakes. Patty cake and then baby cakes. He kind of comes in like a slow amble along. Not in any hurry type of guy. And yet, this isn't the way he is now, but he's showing me that when he was here, the energy inside of him was like, kind of like me, kind of everything just go inside. But on the outside, he was like, hey. Well, this is weird. He's showing an alligator. And a lot of times they're just going to throw things out there, and I'm going to go ahead and say them. Whether they make any sense now or not, they might later. He's I don't know where you live. He's talking about the alligators in the swamp, woolly swamp. Now he's got a knife and a fork in his hands, and he's going, let's eat. When's it going to be time to eat? He likes your cooking. Okay, he's being a little slow with the info here. Let's see if we can get him going. Alright, you ask about a balloon. He's showing a balloon, and it just barely takes off, and then it kind of floats over to the side like it's not going to go up, it's not going to go up, it's not going to go up. It like struggles to float. It doesn't want to go. And he reaches out and he takes it. I don't have any clue if that's even close to what you're talking about, but this is what he's showing me, and all I can do is pass on the information that they show. I'm asking him some questions. He's not being real forthcoming. I can't twist their arm. I'm trying to get him to show me a certain picture. Sometimes it's a little harder. And I will say, the way I do my readings, it's harder than what most other mediums do, because I allow you to pick the person you want to talk to. It's not just whoever just happens to come through the strongest, who could be a great-great-great-grandfather. It's harder to do it this way because some of them don't talk. So it is what it is. I can only give you what they give me. Alright, he's finally showing me something. He's at your wedding. He's at the reception. He's at the dance. When it comes to what should be the father-daughter dance, he's standing there with a tear rolling down his cheek. He says he still gets to be there to enjoy it, but he wished he would have waited. He wished he could have waited. So he could physically be there to do this dance. And he's kind of angry because somebody else is in his spot. He says, that's my own fault. He's showing a balloon at the reception too. Did you have a balloon at the reception that... He's showing a balloon at the reception. He's holding a balloon. Yeah, he's holding a balloon. He's writing on the balloon. And he turns it around and he wrote, I love you. Alright, let's see if he'll show something else about the wedding day. He says you were beautiful. He's being very slow with his words. No, we're going to stick with this one for a minute. I want him to answer some questions. Usually they don't have a problem with it. I don't know where you got married at, because I don't creep anybody's Facebook page ahead of time. But when you were saying your vows, he's showing himself sitting on a step, and he's sitting there like this and he's watching. And he's kind of sad about it, once again, he feels like he should be there, that he's missing out. He missed out. And he says, my own fault. He has a dog with him that looks kind of like a poodle, a white, curly haired, smaller dog that's sitting there with him. He says that your mom looked gorgeous. I don't know. He's like I said, he's not talking very much. They're a little more peppy. He's talking about it raining. Did it rain on your wedding day? And a little wooden cart with flowers in it. I just throw out anything that he says. They don't always tell me what the meaning of it is. Come on. He says he didn't mean to hurt you. And once again, he's showing like inside of him is like all like sometimes he just couldn't get his thoughts together. Sometimes he had strange ideas that really wouldn't have made sense to anybody else. He had a grandmother type figure waiting for him. Could be his mom, but the age that they're showing me compared to his is more, unless his mother was really elderly when he passed. Usually I can tell the difference. Now I'm going to go back to grandmother type figure because that was the first one. He shows himself very slowly walking through your house. And as he does it, he kind of looks from side to this side, and he's checking things out. He's checking to make sure everything's okay. Just kind of, it's kind of like he passes through and just checks on you, checks on everything in the house, looks at this, looks at that, okay, that looks okay, that looks okay. He's not stopping like, ooh, I don't like that spot or anything like that. He just kind of, okay, that's okay, that'll be okay over there. He's showing that there's a little boy and he tousles his hair. And the little boy looks up at him and smiles. So this little boy sees him. This little boy is interacting with him. This little boy knows he's there. So I don't, if this is your little boy, I don't know if you have one, listen to what he says until he gets to an age where he's going to go, oh, I'm not supposed to be seeing this, or I'm not supposed to be doing this, so I'm not going to say anything to anybody because I'll get in trouble or they'll think I'm crazy. He sees him. And if you listen when he's in the other room, like probably in his own room playing, and he thinks nobody's listening, you'll hear him talk to him. You'll hear him talk to your dad. They're playing with what looks like little army men and little trucks on the floor. Little, that may not be army, but they're little plastic figures. The really, really cheap ones, I think you get them in a bag for like $1 or $2. And he's showing me a little bitty toy truck, and it looks like a cement truck. He's just very laid back, easy going, slow moving, and this is the way he's coming across too. Okay, now he's flipping back to the wedding dress, and it's just hanging there, and he kind of pulls it out, and he goes, you did an awesome job picking that out. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, and it looks beautiful on you. He calls you a bright and shining star. He says bear hugs and butterfly kisses. Now he shows himself in a backyard at a barbecue grill flipping burgers. They have a reason for showing everything that they show, and it's their show, so there's a reason for every single thing. So even if you don't understand it now, you will later, or somebody else in your family will, which I'm finding out more and more, which I kind of need them to stop doing that. They need to be doing it for the person that's paid for this. He says he mentions feeling worthless. The worthless feeling didn't come from anybody. It came from himself. It came from what was inside him. It wasn't about an event or a person or something somebody did or said to him. It was about his own self-worth that he just couldn't seem to scramble out of. Okay, macho male. I didn't want anybody else to know. It's not something that big guys admit. He says, but he's hoping this will help you at some point further down the road. He says now that he can see all the events, that every single person is worth something. Their spot in the world is there for a reason. Every single person. And it's up to every single person to figure out what that spot is. Not for the person sitting next to you to figure it out. For each individual person. He's making a big point of this. You can probably hear my Orioles out there sucking my hummingbird feeder dry. He says, he's shown himself in your living room, over by the couch. You're going to smell some kind of smoke. I don't know if he smoked or not, but you're going to smell some kind of smoke. That's going to be a sign that he's there. It's almost like a sweet smoke. I don't know what that would be. And I don't know, did he smoke them little cigars, them little Swisher Sweet type cigars? That's going to help. That's going to be one of your signs that he's there. Something about a store. Something about a store down the road. What the heck? I can't get like a grocery store or something down the road. Let's see where he's going with this. I honestly have no clue. He's showing somebody pushing a shopping cart out of a grocery store down the road. And a car almost hits him. I don't know if this is a warning or if this is something that has happened. Person pushing a shopping cart out of the front door across to the parking lot, and a car comes through. He's not showing me that the car hits him, but I feel like they're going to come close to it. So you might be careful. If this isn't something that you already know about, and watch your kids walking behind you. If you have kids, I don't even know if you have kids. And like I said, they don't waste a message. Tell her I love her and I'm sorry for leaving. My leaving had nothing to do with her. My leaving had everything to do with me. It's something, what? It's something that can't exactly be explained. And you can't explain it away. Now he just, real quickly, he showed a car, and it was like It was like the steering wheel was going like this, and it was like going like this. Unless he's going to explain further, I have no clue. See if we can see if he's going to give you some more signs that he's there, because he's really not showing any, and they all do it. Now he's got the newspaper. He's got a newspaper and he's rattling it. Rattling a newspaper. Just literally shaking it, rattling it, even wadding it up, crunching, that crunching noise. So that's a noise you're going to hear. So when you hear that in your home, which you may hear it other places, but you could be sitting on a park bench and you can hear somebody rattling the newspaper. Or you might see somebody do it on TV. Or you'll be sitting in the living room and you'll be in the kitchen probably and hear it coming from the living room. That noise, no matter where you hear it, is going to be a sign from him. And when you hear that, say, "I love you, Dad. I understand that's a sign. Thank you. Bring me more." And he shows himself drinking a cup of coffee. He says work was hard for him. He says he struggled a lot. Sorry, my teeth don't work right all the time. He struggled a lot in life. He tried to blame it on others, but now he knows it wasn't others. And he mentions Teddy Bear. He said, "You were never one of my struggles. I know I didn't tell you enough how much I love you." And he kind of goes like this, goes macho. Hug the little ones for me. He's talking about a clear blue line. He's not showing me why. Clear blue line. He says lifesaver. Christmas. He was there Christmas. He was there Christmas, and he shows himself shaking the Christmas tree, and an ornament fell off. He's also trying to crap, he's not showing me. He's also trying to move something in your house. You need to show me. Now we're back at the Christmas tree. What are you trying to move? A clock on the wall. I don't know if he's just showing me a generic clock, but he's showing me one that has a pendulum down below it. It goes like this on the wall. That may not be the exact picture. That might just be something he's referencing to me. And he's going to try to make it stop. And then more than likely it'll start again and it'll stop. He's going to try to manipulate the clock, which is something that's easier for them to do. So when you start getting frustrated with the clock, don't throw it out. It's not the clock's fault. He says, I'm sorry, baby. I do love you. And I will go walk through your house almost daily, just checking. He feels very peaceful, very, very peaceful about walking through your house. Like everything's okay, everything's fine, everything's calm, everything's to his liking. There's nothing he's worried or upset about. He's showing a lasso rope like a cowboy. He's swinging it. I don't always get the answers for why they show me things. Like I said, it's spiritual charades. Sometimes if they don't explain more, all I can do is show you or tell you what they say or show. But he very clearly says again, I love you. And he says, I hope you feel that. He's trying to push that love feeling on you so that you know. And I don't know exactly how you will feel that. You know, what the sensation will be when he does that. He says, don't forget about me, but don't dwell on it. Know that I'm bringing you all the butterfly kisses that I can now. I want you happy, and I will help. He's not being specific about that either. He says, just watch for those things. I don't know if you'll actually feel him, or he's not showing that you're going to hear anything as he walks through your house, because he's not concerned, so he doesn't feel like there's a need to show his presence doing that. So if nothing else, he's sharing that love energy that he has as he goes through there and he walks through the whole house, so that the whole house gets that feeling of love from him. He's blowing you a kiss. He says, I hope this was enough. He says, I am at peace. I am totally at peace. And there's nothing but love here. And with that, he's leaving. So I hope this answered a few of your questions. I can't make them answer. So I hope that helped you a little bit. I hope you got a little bit of what you needed, and I hope it brings you some peace and that you understand that he's still there with you. And I tell this to every single person that I talk to. He can hear you. Talk to him. I guarantee you, unequivocally, oh, I shouldn't pick that word with these teeth. He can hear you. Talk to him. So if there's other signs you need, tell him to bring them, or ask for a certain thing. But don't make it too difficult, and don't make it exact, because they can only do what they can do. He's holding up car keys and jingling them, so be careful about your keys going missing. Or you might, that'll be another sound you'll hear, is like whatever your car keys sound like when you jingle them, you'll hear that sound when it's not really your car keys. With it, that didn't come out right. Like, just the same way as if you're in another room, you'll hear that jingling. Now, he says what his car keys sounded like. What his keys that he carried sounded like, you know that sound, that's the sound you're going to hear. Okay, much love to you. He's leaving. Love you, love you, love you. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, and oracle card advisor. Don't forget to pay it forward and know that he's there coming through your house, just bringing the love energy into your home.